Hello, hello, hello. Dr. Alan Harper here, your Secure Vibe coder. And we're in for another live Secure Vibe coding session. We've been building this app called User Vibes OS. The purpose of this app is to be an AI enhanced one stop shop for developers to collect vibes from users throughout the user journey lifecycle. And what we mean by that is no matter where the user interacts with your website, whether it be the landing page or a survey or a wait list or email list, we're going to make that easy for the developer to do. And then ultimately, once they become customers, then we're going to make it easy for you to get feedback from a customer by way of a feature request and bug report. This is our MVP, this blue block, and we already have that working quite well. We're polishing it right now, adding some AI pixie dust into it, and then we'll probably start. We'll probably launch, here soon, and then we'll start working our way around this way and stacking more features while we wait for the customers to come. All right, so this is our app, User Vibes OS. The app works with a JavaScript front end. It's a widget that the developer can drop into their website, and our goal is to make that just like a 1-minute process. They get access to that after they've signed up on our landing page. We've taken their payment, and then they go to the dashboard. Hey, 3Ds, I see you here. Yeah, it's a little raspy. I think the cold or flu or something's coming on, but my wife's starting to get just a little better. So hopefully, I don't get it as bad as she had it. And just like that on cue, I cough. All right, so they come to the dashboard, they get an API key, and then they can set up feedback boards. Okay, these feedback boards are where they can set up projects. Maybe a client or a developer can have multiple projects, and then we keep everything in sync with Convex on the back end. Okay, we use APIs to do this. We use API keys. We've covered all this before. Here's a long list of features that we have done here. This is session 42, I think, and with that we have. Let's see here. Yeah. And with that, we've done about, 45 hours worth of work. So a little more than a week worth of work if we were to do it all at once. And we have about 4 months worth of outcome here. So that's the power of AI. We are AI vibe coders, but we do it securely. Okay. And that's a big distinction. You'll learn about vibe coding in many places, but they won't talk about security because they don't understand it. Number one, they don't have a good way to explain it to you. Number two, but I do. I've been doing security for more than 36 years, and I've done all facets of security, including I'm the lead author of Gray Hat Hacking, the Ethical Hacker's Handbook, the most popular book in the field, at least one of them, evident by the fact that it's in 6th edition. Okay, so it's been a stalwart of the field and a foundation of the field for more than 20 years. And I'm the lead author of that book. So, and a lot of that book is ethical hacking. And the idea is, beating the bad guys to the punch by finding vulnerabilities and getting them disclosed ethically. Okay, so I understand this deeply from a vulnerability point of view. And I argue often that that's what all of cybersecurity boils down to. Everybody's putting band-aids around the vulnerabilities. If we could just dry up the software vulnerabilities, we'd be in much better shape. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. As it relates to AI, I want to make a note that, AI, if you just tell it to code for you, it will use its vast. Hey, Wonder Josie. Hey, I appreciate you commenting here from Twitch. Thanks for checking in. Here's the deal about AI, guys. It is very capable. It's a better programmer than I am, that's for sure. It's a better programmer than 99% of the programmers on the planet. Very soon, it'll be better than all the programmers on the planet combined. But here's the thing, guys: garbage in, garbage out. These models have been trained on what? They've been trained on all the open source code out there on the internet, and guess what? Studies have shown for every 1,000 lines of code, there's one major security vulnerability or something like that. You can go look it up. So AI doesn't know any better. It doesn't know that's a security vulnerability yet. Now, I think through iterations in future, like, if we find a better way to train on and don't train on slop code, we could train on more pure code, maybe that AI generated. I don't know how that'll work. Then maybe we won't need a need for this secure vibe coding and just be vibe coding again. But until then, guys, beware. You go out to these tools and you say, give me this landing page and secure login and stuff. It may be you're rolling the dice. What it is the other problem is with AI is it's non-deterministic. Meaning if you give the same prompt 10 times, you will get 10 different responses, right? You will never get the same code back. Never. So because of that, it's like playing Russian roulette. Did you get the iteration of the code that is more secure, or did you get the one with the gaping hole in it? You probably don't know the difference. So what we do is we've built this framework on something we call the Secure Vibe Coding OS. Okay, and you can see that in the link description of this video. Secure Vibe Coding OS looks like this on GitHub. And it basically is the most secure hardened Next.js SaaS starter kit out there. I'll fight for that. If you find one more secure, then let me know and I'll fork it. Okay, but the idea is you get all these features just by cloning this repo, and I walk through, it's like a 7-step install process down here. Okay, it's really simple. I'll walk you through every step of it. It'll take you probably 15-20 minutes to install. One of our followers here has done it 6 times on 6 of his projects. Okay, it works, folks. And so what this does, it gives you a secure foundation, right? What do I mean by that? You get security batteries included right here. I added all of this stuff right here. This is the secure stuff. Okay, so the heart of the app here is secure. Okay, it's on a secure foundation. So all you got to do is not mess it up from there, and that's what we cover here. Okay, so how do we do that? We start with the Secure Vibe Coding OS. You install that, use Claude Code, and you do secure prompting. Why? Because up here in the Claude folder, I included for you the security batteries. Underneath the skills folder, this is the latest technology. It's only about a month or 2 old from Anthropic, 2 months. I added all these security batteries for you. Okay, so when we talk about input validation or payment security or rate limiting, we're very prescriptive on that. We tell the AI model, do exactly this. Look, here's a 739 line file that we tell AI, hey, I don't care what all your training was, like, do this every time. Okay, now it's more prescriptive. Now, is it still 100% prescriptive? No, because AI like makes stuff up. But when you put these guardrails in place, you get a better outcome. Okay, so that's another layer. So first layer is Secure Vibe Coding OS. Next layer is secure prompting, so we don't open up like gaping holes in our system. Then we do security scans and reviews. Back here in the agents folder, I gave you these security agents. The orchestrator's job is to kick off these other agents. Okay, so you get a threat modeler that runs and models your whole architecture. You get a security scanner, then it takes the results of that and sends it through a tracer, which basically runs down all the paths and weeds out the false positives, like the false alerts, so that you don't chase your tail. And then we get a reporter, and all of this is orchestrated by the orchestrator. So all you have to do is say, give me a comprehensive security scan, and bam, or security assessment, and bam, like this agent will kick off and it'll do all of this. It'll take about 20 minutes. You come back, you have a comprehensive security scan. We've done that several times here a couple weeks ago, and we'll do it again, but that's the third layer. Okay, we also use GitHub workflow reviews. So when we push things up to GitHub, it also kicks off one of these, actually 2 security scans. One of them is part of the code review and the other one's part of the security review. So guys, like we're just layering in security. Okay, and then ultimately we publish it to Vercel, and Vercel has security baked in as well. It has like a firewall that's out in front of us that'll help protect us if somebody's trying to like do a DOS attack or trying to rate limiting and stuff like that. Like it'll handle all that for us. So the combination of these, like an attacker has to fight through all of this, guys. And that's what makes this a secure vibe coded app. Okay. Now find me a channel that is talking about it that way. You won't. Okay. So like and subscribe. Follow me with my free mentoring group up here in the QR code. Link down in the description. Inside of that free mentoring group, there's about 7,500 in there right now. I have free content and training and challenges for you. I have something called a 30-day Kaizen challenge for AI cybersecurity. And it's a 30-day challenge where I give you 1 hour task each day. Okay. Several people have worked through that. It's changed their lives. All right. So I encourage you to get busy on that. Even if you've been following me here on this channel for a while, 3Ds, I'm looking at you. Get in there and complete that 30-day challenge. You'll be blessed by it. All right, enough talk, guys. Let's get to coding. Okay. So last night we researched how AI could be used here. After all, we call this thing the uservibes.os.ai. What's AI got to do with it, you might ask, besides helping to write it? We also use AI to do Y analysis, WHY. So the idea is, it's one thing to get a feature request back from a user. They might say, hey, I want an extract button for CSV. Okay, well, you could go off as a developer and you could implement that. But wouldn't you like to know why they want that CSV export? Maybe they need to put it into a dashboard in another tool. Wouldn't it be better if you made the dashboard into your tool? Okay, so we want more than a user request or a bug report. We want to know why. What's the problem you're trying to solve? And then let us as developers exceed your expectations, right? And what you might find is that one request export button might turn into 4 or 5 sub requests. And then what I was thinking last night is, wouldn't it be cool? I've never seen a site do this before. Not only do you vote on the major item, maybe we set it up to where they can vote on the major item, but also the sub items that get discerned by the AI. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, we'd be the first to ever do that. I've seen feature request voting sites. You guys have seen them too. But again, I'll remind you, nobody's putting it all in one spot, and nobody's using AI enhancement on it. So they don't know we're coming, guys. But they will soon. We start taking their customers. All right. And that's where you guys come in. I'm going to put an affiliate program in place here in the coming weeks. You guys could get out there and start shouting about this app, and then you can earn some revenue. Okay. I'm thinking probably make it about 25%, something like that, to where, you tell a friend or you tell the developers, you give them a link, and as they sign up, you get 25% of it. How cool is that? All right. Trying to share around here, guys. Ultimately, my goal is to build an army of you guys, because I'm turning away work right now. Too busy. And I'd love to have guys and gals that I know that I've trained up and that they're solid and they've got functioning apps. So part of that requirement will be that you meet a certain revenue number yourself, because that tells me you get it, right? So I'll figure out what that is. I don't know what it'll be, $1,000 a month or something with your app. And as long as I can help get you up to that point, well then, okay, now I can trust you on my other apps. Okay. So there'll be a process, more to follow on that. Not just anyone can represent me, right? I have a very high standard. All right. So we did that last night. And tonight what we're going to do is we're going to add a better user interface in the widget. And then we're also going to improve the development dashboard, because I don't see stats in there. Even though it said that it was going to put stats, I ain't seen it. And then also improve the bug reports and a feature request. Let's start with the dialogue. So what it occurred, let me show you let me just show you. It's always better to show you than to tell you. So this is our dashboard, guys. This is what I mean. We've got 4 months worth of work done here. Okay. All right, so on the back end dashboard here, you can go up to uservibes.os.ai and you can log in and see this to yourself tonight. It's free for the moment. Get in while you can. Okay, I'll change that here in the near future. One of the things that makes this different is we have a security dashboard. It's very specific to security. And so we could see if somebody's messing around with your site, trying to hack you. Like, wouldn't you like to know that? All right. We have a feedback panel here. It's our MVP. And then inside of here, we have projects. And inside these project dashboard, you have like this inbox. We call it the feedback thread. When you click on one of these, over here, it shows like email expands, right? It's like an email console here. But right here, like this particular user put in much more than this through AI. And I'm not seeing it on the back end. So we need to fix that tonight, okay? We have a Kanban board where we could take these tickets, and once they've been added to the backlog, then we can like drag them across to doing, testing, and done. And once they're in the done, then we can mark them as complete, and then we can make them candidates for the change log, right? So we make this all very super easy for the developer. Just, you know, and I think we could probably polish on this a little more, make it even easier. But like, this is a fully functioning app. Like, guys, we have this jobs right here, which what'll happen is the AI is going to consolidate these feature requests and bug reports into their subcomponents and let you start working on them from that perspective. So that way you can knock down several of these birds with one stone. Okay, very cool. AI is going to do that, but it says we need at least 3 analyzed results to create the clusters. So we'll test that here soon. We'll give it more than 3 and see how it does. Okay, we have the ability to moderate our comments. We have a demo. This is what it looks like when they install the widget. Okay, so they get a feature request here, bug reports. They get to see a read-only view of the roadmap as well, so they know that we're working on issues. Maybe not theirs hasn't made the backlog yet, but when it does make the backlog, they'll see it, and they'll see as you're moving it across. And that's always encouraging to tell a user like how it's going. Right? Don't you hate when you give like a company or a tool a feature request and then you never hear back from them? Right? That's because they don't have a better way to communicate with you. Well, we're going to make it better. Okay. And then there's the change logs. And here's how they embed it on their site. It's a 3-step process. Okay. They have to set up some environmental variables. They create a token endpoint on their end, and then they can import either through a React widget, an NPM import, or just straight up JavaScript. And we make that really easy for them. Like, so look, we even told them, like, just you copy this and drop it into your environmental file. Like, we make this super simple, right? I could probably add some more text around here for the vibe coders in the group, right? That don't know how exactly to do this stuff. We'll work on that. All right. So then we have settings here. This is where all the settings of the project happen, right? Okay. So you can see here, we can change the colors. We can enable features. We have these widgets and tabs and all this stuff, right? But here's the thing I wanted to show you was down here. Where's it at? AI analysis. Okay, so here's the AI Y analysis. This was added. Okay, and last night this was turned off. So when that's turned off like that, okay, then what happens is, let's see here, we come back to the demo and we add a feature request in, and it's gonna come up, and it basically, this is the way it always looked, but now we have this button down here. I want to move this button to the top, right, because I want them to do AI first, right? We'll do that. But notice here, basically, okay, it says thanks for sharing your idea. Blue button. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Like, I turned off the AI and it's still working. Okay, so like that shouldn't work. So all right, so there's another bug that we'll do. Okay, all right, enough said. Let's get coding. Okay, I noticed if I turn off the AI Y analysis in the settings, it still works like in the demo widget or on the test page widget. So we need to like disable that panel if we have that turned off. So I'm showing you how easy vibe coding is. Like you see something's wrong, you just tell it that it's wrong in English. Okay. And it would probably take you an hour or half hour to go out as a coder and like fix all of that. But now it's going to take a few minutes. We use Claude Code from within Anti-Gravity, but don't get too wrapped up in that. I switch IDEs all the time, but Claude Code stays the same because Claude Code, you can run it inside of any IDE. So right now I'm using Google Anti-Gravity just because frankly it's the most stable. It doesn't crash. The other ones seem to crash on me, like it had memory leaks or something. And I'd work with it for a day and then it would just crash randomly and it frustrate me because I'd lose work. So Anti-Gravity's never crashed on me. So gotta love that. Google's doing something right. Okay, so I see it's still cooking up here. Red means it's deleting stuff. Green means it's adding stuff. All you need to know is that it's still working. Okay, here's the files that are changing over here. I like to keep the source control panel up inside the IDE. That way I can always, if I'm curious, I can come over here and I can see on the left the old file and on the right the new file and what changed. So it added this line right here, for example. But that's just because I'm weird like that. Like, you may not care. One of the things I noticed about all these IDEs, they need space for the console to go. And by the way, what you can also do is you can open it up here and it'll give you like a full size panel. I just always got used to running it in the terminal, so I kind of like it down there. But if you see it jumping like that, just give it more space or just run out of this panel up here, like with your Claude Code extension. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so it says it's done. All right, well, let's see. Yeah, just like that, it's gone. Okay, so I'm in here in this submit idea and it's gone. I didn't have to refresh or, restart my server or anything like that. That's the cool thing about Next.js. It uses Turbo build and it just automatically, like when you change the line of code, it immediately changes on the screen in front of you. So that's kind of cool. I've used to use other things and like, man, you have to compile every time, like Python and stuff is crazy. Or, you have to run it separately. Okay, so that's gone now. So let's go ahead and add it back. It's like it was down here, right? So let's go ahead and add it back. Okay, AI analysis, turn it back on. And oh, by the way, it's tracking token counts here. I'm going to remove this because, well, actually, I think I'm going to leave it. I'm going to ultimately make this a bring your own key type of situation. Because that's one way we can keep our profitability high. Okay. And so if you want AI, bring your own key. I'm still thinking about that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Give me an opinion. But for now, we'll put that in there. I'll tell you what I'll do so I don't forget is I will say, make a decision. Here's my Kanban board out here, so to speak. Make a decision. Want to be cool once we have our own functionality working, we can eat our own dog food. And I can just drop an issue or a feature request into our own tool and just manage it on the Kanban board in there. That's going to be cool. Make a decision about BYO key, bring your own key for AI queries and cost bar and settings. Okay. If we end up offering this as a service, like, and we may do that just to attract people in, then we'll limit it. We'll just make sure that there's like a budget allocated per user per month. And like, if they hit that, then they're gonna have to like contact us and like put their own key in or something like that. Cause I don't want them running up like our AI. The other thing that we could do is whenever they're chatting it up, we'll just take a look at the system prompt and we'll make sure that we keep it focused around these feature requests and bug reports. And if they ask anything else, we direct it back onto topic. So that way, if they ask like, hey, what color is the sky outside? Like, we're not burning tokens, like trying to figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, 3D. So I think I'm leaning that way, but like I also want to get some traction with users, and we can always change it later. And it could also be a tier of service, like $19 a month, bring your own key, $29 a month included, right? I'm always looking for ways to differentiate levels of service too. We'll get into that. Okay, all right. So we've got that working now. Okay, so let's check if it's working. Come over to the demo tab. And one thing I noticed, okay. I was wondering, why does this keep coming up on bug reports? Because we were playing around the other day and the default one down here is set to bug report. See that? So what we can do is we can come up here and we can say set as default. Now check this out. How's that? Feature request is now the default. See how cool? See how convex is, man? Like, man, I hope you guys appreciate how good convex is, because like you just make a change and instantly, I mean, like before you can even go check it, it's done. And that was a database change. So it had to go out to the cloud, make a database field, and then it had to update this widget. Like when the widget loaded, that record had to be there. That's incredible. Can't overemphasize that. Okay, so now when I submitted an idea, sure enough, that panel's back. Okay, but now I noticed something. Here's our test site. Okay, it's running on 3002, and we're getting this error here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and I'm going to say this is a convex error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it. Okay. Okay, I'm getting this error on my test site. Are you sure we've pushed the changes to convex recently? And if not, do that, and then let me know, and then I'll check it. And if that doesn't fix it, then you need to fix it. Okay, it found that it was missing this validation. By the way, this is a security validation. Okay, the fact that, see, it says optional and it's Boolean. These are security input validations. It knows to add those. I don't have to tell it to do that because the security batteries are included. Remember that, because of those security skills that we installed, like on the Secure Vibe Coding OS. Okay, it knows to add those, but sometimes, like, you know, it forgets immediately to put it in. But then once I give it a bug or I give it an error, then it goes, oh yeah, I need to add that security validation. That's part of the non-deterministic part of it. Okay. Where was I? Back to here. Okay. That's working now. Okay. Sweet. Come down here to the bottom. Okay. Show details. Okay. All right. We've got that working now. Now I'm going to make some changes to it. Okay. I want to move this to the top. Okay. That works. Now, move the AI dialog button to the top of the form and make it so that the user is more inclined to start that way. And I want you to do that on the bug reports and the feature request. Got to keep hydrated, guys. Fighting off a cold. Okay, Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow, same time channel. We'll go for an hour tomorrow, and then I'm gonna take a Christmas break. My family's coming in town, and we'll pick it back up probably Saturday evening. I hope wherever you guys are at, that you have a wonderful Christmas. Happy New Year. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart my Claude session because it looks like it's got junked up with this old to-do list down here. It's kind of dated. It's compacting again. I did some research on this. Remember, I was telling you guys yesterday that it's supposed to auto compact now on Claude Code. That was a feature like a week or two ago, but I think it broke some stuff for people complaining, so they backed it out. So that's why I'm not seeing auto compact happen instantly. It still takes a minute or two, and so they said that they'll make an announcement once they figure it out. I think they rushed that into production a little too soon. It'd be cool when they do figure it out. The only danger of it is like compacting is the dangerous thing to do because you're basically saying all these 200,000 tokens here, compress them. In other words, it's a lossy function in computer science terms. That means that, when you go through it, you lose information. It's just common sense. They're summarizing. And that summary may lose critical information. And so therefore the algorithm gets dumber over time. And that's why they recommend that instead of compacting, you just start another session. But with the heavy duty stuff we're doing, this big code base, like we'd be starting a new session every 5 minutes. So that'll get better over time. It's one of my gripes right now with AI models. But what are you going to do? You going to code yourself? I don't think so. Hey, who else joined me here? Somebody show me some love. Drop a comment in the chat. Let me know you're here and where you're from. Wonder Jose, where are you from? Okay, it's completing the refactoring. I need to restart this, Claude. Hey guys, if you're sitting here waiting, thumbs up on this video, please. And do me a favor, like drop this, forward this to some of your friends. And that sends a signal to the algorithm that, hey, this thing is popular and maybe other people need to see it. Okay, and then make sure that you check me out in my free mentoring up there, QR code or link in the description. And you'll find my free mentoring group, which I have 7,500 people plus. I'm dropping value continually there, and that's free. But inside of there, you also find my Secure Vibe Coding Masterclass, which is not free. But in there, you'll find much more in depth of what we're doing here. So if you need that kind of help, it's in there. And then you also you get more access to me when you sign up for that. And I meet with those teams weekly. And I can come alongside you and help you build out your app. Okay, it says it's done. Let me go ahead and exit this and restart it. I want to get rid of this thing down here. It's taking up valuable space in our screen. Okay, all right. Claude, continue. And what that'll do is start back up with the old session. At least I thought it would. What am I doing wrong here? I do this all the time. They change something? Maybe it's dash dash. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. All right. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, well, that's good. Okay, now let's go check the result. Okay, yeah, see how it made it more prominent here? I like that. Help us understand your needs better. Start by telling us what you're trying to achieve. This helps us build the right solution for you. See, I love that. So when they try it, it goes like this. We say, I want a blue button on homepage. Okay, it makes sense. Can you tell me a bit about when or where this need comes up for you? I just like blue. Got it. How are you currently handling this, if at all? Do you have any workarounds? I use blue sunglasses. So every button looks blue. I see. What makes the current way of doing this frustrating or difficult? I love blue. I hate other colors. Thanks so much for sharing all that content. This really helps us understand what you need. We'll use this to guide our development. Okay. All right. And look what it did. It put all that into a goal and it put some context, pain points. Okay. I like that. I like that. What I don't like is it should have went ahead and filled out the title and the description. We just didn't tell it to do that yet. And then they should just be able to hit submit idea. All right. So we're getting close, guys. And by the way, we need to tighten up that system prompt. That was crap. Yeah. Hey, Carmel guy. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I'm borderline sick, but I'm going to tough it out tonight. And hopefully you'll be here tomorrow night. And then I'm going to take some days off for Christmas. See you back Saturday. All right. All right. Focus. Okay. Hey, that's awesome. Now I want to tighten up the system prompt for that chat agent. And I want to make sure that we keep it on topic and that we are more empathetic and also that we get to the root of their problem. Like I was having a chat and it just, the prompts were canned, and I want them to be more conversational and not just asking the same questions each time. I want you to guide the conversation based on where the user's going, but ultimately I want you to steer it back to a well thought out user story and feature request or bug report. Then I also want you to take the summary of that and put it into a title and into a description for them. So all they have to do is hit submit. Okay, that's a pretty big ask there. Yep. I see you're under the weather too, Carmel guy. Yep. Let's hang in there. See right here, This is how you know the AI understood what you're asking. I'll improve the chat Y extractor component to make it more conversational, empathetic, and automatically populate the title and description fields. Let me start by reading the current implementation. Okay. I also want to figure out what model it's using. Like I could go search and find it, but I want it to tell me. I know 3Ds was curious about that yesterday. I hope that it used Haiku. It's more cost effective. I'll be disappointed if it didn't, but let's see. If you think about it, it's kind of in its interest to use a more sophisticated model. So let's check up on it, right? Let's see if it's trying to rip us off. All right, it's asking if you want to make this file. Say yes. While that's doing that, let's go look at our push. Last night, I think I pushed code up to the repo after our session. So what I want to do is I want to check our GitHub. Okay, and that doesn't look right. Let me refresh. Okay, good. And then what I want to do is I want to check the pull request. Oh, I probably merged it. I probably didn't do a PR. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because we just have 2 PRs in here. When you push code up to GitHub, you have 2 choices. You can just do a merge or a push, or excuse me, you can just commit and push. That's probably what I did. I need to get more in the habit of doing pull requests, because what that will do is that will invoke all the good security handlers that we did. So refresh or remind me if I try to quit here tonight without doing a PR. Pull request. I'll teach you, for those new, I'll teach you how to do that. And for those who've seen it before, you'll see how our security handlers, our workflows up in the cloud work. So we have Claude Code working for us up in GitHub through what's called a Claude Code app. It's installed in our GitHub. It's linked to our GitHub account. So I can actually take a ticket like up in GitHub, and I could do @Claude and tell it to go fix something, and it'll spin up like its own little sandbox with the code, and it'll go fix it, and it'll make a pull request for us. And we're going to do more of that in the future. That's pretty freaking cool. Okay, it says it's done. Okay, here's the user experience. They click start here. AI greets them warmly, asks them what their goal or problem is. Natural language flows. AI adapts based on the responses. AI shows empathy, digs into details. After 3 to 5 exchanges, AI thanks them and wraps it up. Okay, creating your submission appears, and then the dialogue and the description in the Y context is stored. Okay, that's what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, let's see. Okay. I want a green button on dashboard. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's another convex issue. It didn't push the changes to convex. I just copy pasted that error into Claude Code here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just reading this. It's trying to dox me, guys. But don't worry, for the faint of heart. This right here, this key is in for my dev site. It didn't show my Anthropic key. Okay. So, all right. And if it does, then I'll just have to rotate it. So you guys don't hacks me. Okay, I see Anthropic key was added, but it appears to be empty. You need to set it with your actual Anthropic API key value. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do then, I'm just go to the dashboard and I'm going to go to the environmental variables and I'm going to set that key. And that is over here. Let's see. Okay. And where's that at? That's team settings. Okay, settings, environmental variables. Okay, so here's the Anthropic key, but it's currently empty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that off screen and I'm going to update it. Matter of fact, I'll put it back on screen. I'll just stop sharing for a second. Okay. Can't have you guys hacks me. That wouldn't be cool. Not you guys, but somebody came after you. Stranger things have happened. Okay, bear with me. Okay, I think I've updated that now. Turn back on the sharing. Okay. All right, let's see what we got now. Demo, submit idea, tell us your goal. Okay. I want a green button on dashboard. I'm trying to coax it into like getting us back more details, right? I'm trying to be vague on purpose. I'm not trying to be funny. Because users will do this. Ah, look here. That's interesting. I'm curious. What would this green button do for you? Okay, now that's better. You see how it's not canned questions? What are you hoping to accomplish when you click it? Ah, okay. All right. I want to extract a CSV dump of the dashboard data. Let's see what it does with that. Ah, got it. So you need to get your dashboard data out as a CSV. Can you tell me more about what you do with that data? This is exactly what we were talking about. It read my mind. Remember, like when we started this conversation like 40 minutes ago, I was saying like this is what good would look like. It's good, guys. It's pretty freaking good. What's the bigger goal you're working toward? A dashboard for my boss. Ah, so you're pulling the data to create reports for your boss. How often do you find yourself needing to do this? And what does that process look like for you right now? Do you guys see the power of this? Drop me some love in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Like, tell me the last time you went to give somebody a feature request and they cared enough to have a conversation with you and find out the deeper why. Have you ever experienced that? Would you love a site that did that? Would you come back and remain a customer forever if they implemented not only the button, but like the underlying why? Like, I think it should extract that this person needs better reporting, right? Let's go. Are you copying and pasting or doing something else with that to get that data over? Currently, I create a report manually with Excel from the CSV. Oh, okay. Hey, 3Ds. That's a good bet. Reorganize. Hey, thanks for the comment. I agree. This is powerful, guys. Ain't nobody else doing this. Ain't nobody else doing this, man. I know it. That sounds pretty tedious. Okay, look here. It's being empathetic. That sounds pretty tedious. So you're manually working with the CSV and Excel to create these reports. What's the most time consuming or frustrating part of that process for you? And I'll just say here, talking to you. Ha, fair point. I appreciate your honesty. Let me make sure I understand what you need. You want a quick way to export dashboard data as a CSV so you can build reports for your boss in Excel without manual hustle that you're dealing with now. Does that capture it? Yes. Man, I'm loving it, guys. Perfect. And just to make sure we build something that actually helps, how often are you creating these reports? Daily. See, it's not done trying to get to the root of it. Daily. Wow, this is eating up time every single day. One last thing. When you export that data now or if you're building it manually, what's the biggest pain point? Is it that it takes too long, the data isn't in the right format, or something breaks in the process? The fact that I have to extract it is the problem. It would be nice if you guys gave better reporting. See where we're going here, guys? That makes total sense. You shouldn't have to jump through hoops every day just to get basic reporting. It sounds like what you really need is built-in reporting that gives your boss what they need without you having to export and rebuild it in Excel each time. Yes. You see how you lead the journey you lead the conversation to get to the deeper why. We started this with, hey, I need a green button on the dashboard. Okay, and look where we got. Okay, it finished, it created the goal, it created a title, it gave a user story here. Incredible. Incredible. It extracted the pain points. Incredible, guys. Current approach, manual extracting dashboard. Jeez. This is incredible, guys. It's just, I'm stunned how good it is. And I'm not surprised easily. Okay. I'm almost at a loss of words. That is incredible. Okay, submit the idea. Bam. Okay, build in dashboard reporting. It's a whole lot better than give me a green button, right? Oh! Come on now, I'm bragging about you. You can't be doing this stuff. Daggone it. There's my key, but thankfully it's not all of it. I'm going to need to now rotate it. But I can do that. I'll do it after the show. Test conversational chat extractor. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm reading Reorganize's comments. What would be cool is if in the background admin section, it wrote a prompt to create that idea that's ready for the AI agent to build it. Yeah. Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. There's one of my next level thinkers right there. Thanks for that idea. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, man. We're just getting started. Great idea. Okay. Did we fix this error? Where's that coming from? Okay, this is another field, another error it was telling me. Oh yeah, nobody's doing this, guys. Nobody's doing this. I have looked at some of our competitors have a little weak AI chatbot, but like they ain't doing this, man. Okay. Look here. Okay. Finally. Look at this. 95% confidence that it knows the why. Okay. Situation needs to fulfill daily recurring reporting requirement to executive leadership. Current workaround, manually exports, friction points, blah, blah, blah. Please confirm or correct this. Let's correct it. Test. Added a word. Okay. So we can edit this if we don't agree with the analysis. That's slick. We didn't ask it to do that. You see why I'm a fan of not like trying to prescribe all this in advance? Like we never came up with that. You're not that creative. I'm not that creative. Okay. I'd much rather let AI do its thing. I want to give it some guardrails, but I want to say amaze me, right? PM confirmed it. Project manager, that's us. Okay, let's give it the prompt. Let's give it the magic prompt. Let's go. We'll call this the reorganized prompt. All right. Hey, that's fantastic. Two things. I want you to capture the entire AI dialogue in a foldable log entry in the ticket on the backend dashboard for the feedback, whether it be feature request or bug report. And then I also want you to take this user story and create in all the context and create an AI prompt for me that I can hand to an AI tool to actually implement this feature. This is special sauce right here, guys. Reorganize. Are you writing your own code? Are you building apps? How many projects you got going? Who else is here with me? I see there's other people out here. Nobody spoke up yet. Come on, guys. Will the real humans please stand up? Sometimes I think there's bots out here following me. We talked about this last night. Wouldn't it be cool? Like a killer app would be to have a bot that would just join streams for you, and then it would like summarize it all for you, so you didn't have to watch these long streams. Like some of these streams are 10 hours, man. Not mine. I ain't got that kind of energy. Some of these streams like 10 hours. I ain't got 10 hours, but like I can watch a 5-minute summary of it, right? Wouldn't that be cool? That could be a killer app, right? Why don't you guys go do that, man? Make $1 million. Okay, reorganize. Just started a mobile app. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, we're just getting started. We've been at this 45 hours now or something like that. In a week, man. In a week, look what we've built. The world doesn't know what's coming. When all you guys get lit up, you start changing the world one app at a time, securely, right? That's the difference. That's what we do here, secure vibe coding. I say it all the time. You can learn about vibe coding elsewhere, but you won't learn about cyber, not what we do. Get me another key. Set that up so I don't forget. Okay. Okay. Man, I love that confidence score too. Okay, still cooking. We're implementing the reorganize feature, reorganize mode. You guys got other ideas, man? Bring them. We're vibe coders. Not all the vibes come from me. Okay. Carmel Guy asks, what's beyond the one secure app at a time idea that changes operational society? Yeah. So look, my thought is that there's an app inside of everyone. And for many of you, many apps. Heck, 3D's got 6 of them he's working on right now. Okay. Those apps solve problems, and those apps therefore change the world in their own little way. The bigger the app, the bigger the problem, the more you'll be compensated. By the way, you are compensated in life by the size of the problems that you solve. Okay, just free tip from a 56-year-old man. I learned that a long time ago. You solve little problems, you get little compensation. Like you could be a barista at Starbucks or something. Okay, you're solving a little problem for somebody, giving them coffee. You get little compensation. You solve big problems like going to Mars because of human extinction on planet Earth. Okay, you get trillionaire compensation like Elon Musk. And everybody's somewhere on that spectrum, you know, somewhere in between. Question is, what's the size of the problem that you're solving? You might need to think bigger. Now that you have AI, you can think bigger. We can all think bigger. We should be thinking bigger. So that's what I mean by changing the world one app at a time, securely. Doesn't help you. You ain't changing the world if you get hacked with this vibe coded app, right? We're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. That's what I mean. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense, Carmel Guy. Hey guys, if you're new to me, check me out in my free mentoring group up there. Scan that QR code. Also, link below. Goes to the same place. and join my free mentoring group. 7,500 people in there. I'm providing value daily. I have other people providing value too. And inside of there, you'll learn about my secure vibe coding masterclass up in the course room, up in the classroom. And there is how you get more access to me, more knowledge, and then I'll come alongside you and help you build your apps. Okay, love the compensation based on problems you solve. That's pure gold. Yep, that's right. That's what we do here. We drop pearls of wisdom. Guys, I've made a ton of money in my life. I've made millions of dollars. I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you that to encourage you. Okay, and it's all according to the size of the problems I've solved. Simple. So think bigger. Look, I'll give you another piece of advice. If your ideas don't scare you, they're not big enough. Let that soak in. Right now, each of you have ideas, but if they don't scare you, like if you're like, okay, yeah, I could do that. No, then that ain't big enough. It needs to be something like out of reach. But like this app, I'll tell you, this app has been an idea of mine for 5 years. I've been building apps and selling them for 5 years. By the way, most of those failed miserably. I can tell you that. Some of them did quite well. Okay. And man, each time I'm like, man, I need a way to collect user feedback. Well, let me go see if there's a tool that does that. Oh crap, that's expensive. And it doesn't give me exactly what I want. Recently, I built an app, this one I told you I sold for 200K, and I wanted to put a feature request in it using Canny. And those guys, man, they have a good app, and they're probably one of the leaders. The problem is the widget looked like crap, and I couldn't customize it. I was like, I ain't dropping this into my code, man. Like, it looks like crap, and it doesn't even look like what's on your website. So I reached out to them, and I complained. I said, this doesn't even, the truth in advertising. Like, you have on your website, this is what the widget looked like. When I pull it up, it looks totally different. It looks weak. And they're like, oh yeah, we're working on that. I'm like, nah, that's crap, man. So that's what fired me up. Like, you know what? Screw that. I'll build my own app. But then I've been kicking around this notion for a while. Like, it's not just feedback. Not much difference from a feature request and a bug report. But then there's other types of feedback, like sentiment reviews. Every once in a while, randomly, like once a month or something, a little survey will pop up and say, hey, how are you doing with our app? Like little smiley faces, 5 of them where they can click. And if they click a full file, happy with the app, guess what's going to happen? Within an hour, they're going to receive an email and ask them if they could give us a testimony. Okay. Now, we need to make that easy for the developers, because right now you could piece that all together with N8N and a whole bunch of crap, right? But forget all that. We're just going to, drop a widget in here, turn on this sentiment widget and put it and make it just, pop up randomly. You configure the timing and so forth, right? And then, do all of that stuff underneath the hood. Soon we're going to add email capability. Okay. We're going to use a tool called Resend, and it's going to give us allowed to do email. Email is tricky because you got to get through spam filters and everything. So we use a third-party tool to do that. Don't roll your own email server. That would be the worst idea. Okay, there's too many spammers out there that have screwed it up for everybody. All right, here's the changes. It said, look at all those changes it made. And how long would that have taken us? I don't know, a week to edit or create those files? I don't know. How good are you? Okay, let's see what we got here. It may not, it may not do that one because this is a new feature. All right, we're going to create a new one. Let's see if the jobs thing's kicked off. No, it hasn't. Okay. All right, we're going to create a new ticket here because it didn't give us what we want. Let's ask it. Okay, hey, that's great. Do we have the AI conversation up to this point on previous tickets? And if so, can we go ahead and show those if they in the dashboard instead of me just looking to add new ones? Instead of me adding a new ticket. Okay, it says no, existing tickets don't have the conversation history since we just added this feature. Okay, all right, fair enough. No, don't do that. Stop. Hit the escape button like it's trying to add a mock. Okay, all right, look. I thought I already done this, but in my Claude file, I'm going to say do not add a mock. Do not mock data. I hate that. Do not mock data or AI conversations. Period. Okay. Pro tip. Mocking will get you in trouble. I've built apps with this AI, and I think like it's like give me what I want, and only to find out it's just faking it. That's called mocking. Like it basically would just like say it would give you like a fake conversation. Like no, like why? I didn't ask you to do that. Okay, so you got to pay attention. Like when you got to read this stuff. Don't just like hit return and go off and get a soda, right? Because it would have came back and I would have thought, oh yeah, that's cool. But then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember having that conversation. Okay, now do not mock. Never mock data unless I ask you to. All right, now look, what model are you using for all of this? I have a friend that wants to know. Okay, here we go. Drum roll. 3Ds. Is it Haiku? Okay, for the conversation, it's Sonnet. Interesting. For the extraction, it's Sonnet. This is the same model that your existing AI Y analysis feature uses. It's good for both conversational task and structured extraction, which is why it works well. I'm going to leave it like it is. What we could do is we could back it down to Haiku and see how good the conversation is. Heck, why not? Go ahead and change this to Haiku because it's cheaper, and I want to see how good the conversation is. And then we're going to go have a conversation with it and see if it extracts the AI prompt, the reorganize mode. Okay. Appreciate that reorganize. You're taking it in. You'll watch it all later. You guys getting what I'm putting down in terms of changing the world one app at a time? It makes sense now that I explained it? Look at here, 73% cost reduction. Yeah, I'll take that. Thanks, 3Ds. Why are you using the old Haiku? You should be using 4.5. Come on, man. Wake up. Yeah, man. We shouldn't be having so much fun this time of night. That should be illegal. Okay, Haiku 4.5. Yeah, that old one is probably end of life. You have to pay attention to these models because like they cut them off after like a year. Like that thing will no longer work. You'll start getting errors. You're like, what is this? And then you come to find out, oh yeah, your model expired. They call it. What's the term? They use, there's a term for it when it's no longer in use. It'll come to me. And the models get cheaper all the time, so we definitely want the newest one. They get better all the time, obviously. Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here. All right, so it looks like it's done. Let's go ahead and do one. Let's use our test server this time. Okay, I don't like that. See how that went to the middle of the page? I know why I did that. Okay. Okay. All right, let's fix that. Okay, the pop-up modal for the AI widget is bound to the component, which could be page long. And so I want it to be bound to the page. So it's centered on the page, not the component. Okay, so what happened here, I've seen this before. Like, so this is called a modal. It's an overlay. See how it grayed out the back and it gives you the text? But see how it's contained within the component? And as the component grows, it knows to put it in the center. But see, that's not the desired behavior. We have two choices. We could tell it to put it at the top, or the better approach that'll look better, you'll see here in a second, is to put it page wide or bound the modal to your page. That's a good pro tip. And now what it'll do is it'll just look much better. We'll notice here in a second. It creates this thing called a portal. It's a React DOM thing. That's a document object model. And it's going to access the page. Okay, here it comes. Okay, it's still not working yet. It's still cooking. Okay. Yeah, it's still not doing it. It's still at the component level. Let me give it a screenshot. That modal is still at the component level. I need it to be using the portal at the page level. See screenshot. Someday when we have like AGI, it will remember things like this, because I've solved this problem before. It's somewhere I could probably put that lesson in the memory in a Claude file, like in my host, like so that it comes across all projects. And I probably should do that. I'm just lazy. You guys are like, what is all this code? Who cares? That's the point. Okay. Yeah, it's still doing it. Come on, man. Oh, you know what it is? Okay, I know what's going on. Hold on a second. See, if I do it in the demo, it'll probably work. But I'm not done with it yet. Hold on a second. No, see, that's still bound to the... I think it has to do with the fact that we're using a widget and we don't control the page that the widget's in. Okay, in the meantime, what we will do is we will tell it to... Until I figure that out. Okay, look, that still isn't working at the page level. The modal is still contained within the container. Can you use Ultra Thinking to see if there's a way to break out of that and actually tap into the page DOM and through a portal and actually get that modal out to the page level? If not, explain to me. Perhaps this is because we're using, JavaScript web component module, and that's just a limitation. I'd like to know either way. Use Ultra Thinking and give me that feedback. Ultra Thinking is like big boy brain. Like, okay, slow down. Like, give me like deeper thought on this. Just don't return something immediately. I'm gonna switch this into plan mode right now. Little pro tip: I don't want it going off and changing something on me. I just want to understand it. So I just switch it into plan mode so it doesn't go coding on me here. Okay, so it gives me some options here because this is like would be a major change. And I don't want to break our stuff. The problem: double encapsulation. Okay, React portals cannot cross iframe boundaries. Okay, it's a security issue. You don't have access as a widget provider. You don't have access to the user's page. And okay, I get that. That actually makes sense. Okay. Make the iframe full screen when the modal opens. Send a message to the parent to expand iframe to full screen. Then center the modal within. That could work. Option 1 gives a true page level modal. Option 2 is simpler, but the modal stays within the iframe context. Option 1 is a post message communication. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like messing around with the user's website. Let's try option 2. It's just a couple lines of code here. Let's try option 2 in a minimal way, and if that doesn't work, I'll have you back it out. The other option here is just put the modal at the top, and that'll be the trick. Because then they won't have to scroll down to get it, and that'll be fine for now. The other thing I've been thinking about is we need to be able to make this widget float on the page anyway, instead of just always being embedded. We need it to be have a pop-up capability. So we're going to have to solve this eventually. Okay, here we go, compacting again. Hang in there, Reorganize. We're going to check your mode here in a second. Let me get doing one here. Add an export button to a dashboard. We're in a broken state again. Probably, I don't know why. Could be this portal stuff that we're trying. Let's see. Extract code to generate conversation response. Okay. Copy that. Carmel guy asked, does mock data give the model a license to hallucinate? No. Mock means don't actually call the AI server, just act like you did. That's what I mean. That's dangerous. It's used in testing. When you have a sophisticated system and you have these back-end interfaces and APIs, it's you can mock the interface and the API so that you don't have to fully go test that whole API. You could just say, hey, fake a return. Fake a success return, for example. That's called a mock. Okay, so it's quicker and it's useful in testing, but it's not useful in production, for developing features. It's I can't imagine why you'd want mock in a production app at all, other than testing. But AI sometimes tries to do it, so you got to pay attention. Okay, I'll create a plan to implement a full screen iframe approach. I don't like all that. Man, you're scaring me. Why are you? What do you need a plan? I thought it was 3 lines of code. Okay, first of all, I'm in plan mode. Maybe that's why. Let's see what it comes up with real quick. This might solve that other problem I was telling you about, that I want the widget to both be embeddable but also pop up, because pop-ups just look better. Like, it's a more modern approach. Okay, I think we're getting to the time we might be losing 3Ds to go to work. But we're winding down here. What we're going to do is just try to get this AI mode. Maybe you can listen to us on the way to work, 3Ds. Got to get this reorganized mode going. And I've got a bug now, but I can't fix the bug because I'm in the middle of this thing. What I could do is drop another... yeah, I don't want them stepping on each other. I could drop another Claude instance. There's something called work trees that I'm going to figure out. Work trees is a new GitHub trick that, I don't know how new it is, but it's becoming popular with this AI coding, so that you can like better work on stuff and not let the AI agent step all over itself. So you could like get multiple agents working like in a safe little sandbox. Somehow it merges it back in through the magic of Git easily. Better, I should say. Why is this thing taking so long? Come on, man. We're getting nerfed again. These AI models, when they get overloaded, they nerf it. They fake it. They take the football and change it into a rubber one. It's frustrating. Like, this thing was screaming earlier. Now look at it. Okay, come on. Easy rollback. Okay, here's the code. Full screen. Okay. I tell you what we'll do. We'll make this progress. Added or adjusted AI chat interface and backend. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna commit that up to GitHub. Now, what'll happen is we'll go ahead and say, okay, implement this change. But if we don't like it, we'll just hit revert. Okay, and move on. It's another pro tip. Notice how I have a clean slate over here on my Git. Okay, let's go, man. Implement. Okay, here we go. Let me blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, it says it's done. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's the same error we had before. Okay, so here we go. Copy paste that error in. Some of you are watching this, you're like, why don't I use like Puppeteer or Browser Use or something and just pull those logs? Man, it's slow. It's a whole lot slower than me copy and pasting that. Like, we'd be here all night trying to debug things. Because that's using MCP and stuff. That's just too slow these days. Anthropic is kind of regretting inventing MCPs, if you've noticed. Like, they've been blogging about like, yeah, you guys are abusing this whole MCP thing. So they're really, and they invented it, which is amazing. Okay, there's being caught and handled. Not really. Oh, caught and hidden. The model name didn't exist. That's crazy. There's an example of nerfing it. How would it not know what its own model name is? That don't make any sense. Oh, why is it putting back in 3.5? What the heck? Hold on a second. 3Ds, did you give me some bump scoop? Open router, Sesame, models. Hi. Cool. Yeah, it exists. What the heck? It's nerfing it, man. Here's the model. Okay, there it is. Use that. Why are you switching back to 3.5? Stop nerfing it. Use this model. Whenever I use my voice, it overdoes. It does the it squashes the copy paste. Okay, so let's see if there's a more explicit model name here. I shouldn't have to do this, guys. I'm kind of ticked off right now. Come on, man. You don't know what your own model is? Like, okay, here they are. Haku. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's what it. Oh, notice that the date here was wrong up here. It was 11:01. It should have been 01 or 10:01. You're absolutely right. I apologize. Yeah, right. Come on, AI. I'm getting tired and you're getting tired. Like, come on, finish this thing. This is what I mean by nerfing it. Like, tell me how it makes sense that the own model doesn't know what its models are. They're just overloaded right now. And what they do when they're overloaded is they start like taking shortcuts on the back end and downgrading their responses to previous models and stuff. And you end up getting crap. Like, I don't think you're getting the full Opus 4.5, which I'm using. But like, I don't think Opus 4.5 would do that. I think what they do is on the fly, they switch it to other older models to offload they spread the load around, which is crap. Okay. Have you guys experienced that? Like, give me some love in the chat if you have. Come on, man. We need to get this. Okay, I'm just rolling here, guys. I'm trying to get through the conversation. Okay, so you see I got frustrated at the end there. The user can get frustrated too, so you need to like bail out and say, okay, I'm done. All right, so all that was collected this time. Submit the idea. Okay, good. Green. Toast message, we're good. Okay, so now let's go see it on the feedback panel. Okay, 90% confidence. See, it didn't get all of its questions answered. Okay, friction points. Okay, look here. IA conversation log. Okay, that's good. Great. I love that. Okay, we can correct it or we can confirm. I say confirm. But where's my reorganize mode? Come on, man. I'm not seeing it. What? Okay, it's got everything now. So let's. It shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to do that again. Okay, that worked, but I'm still not seeing the handoff prompt for AI in the backend dashboard on the feedback feed for the ticket. You've added the AI conversation log, but I also want to see the handoff prompt right below that. That will comprehensively provide a complete prompt for AI to implement this user story in this feature. I think it just forgot. It's nerfing, man. I guess it's what we get for doing it at night. There must be a lot of people vibe coding at night. Okay, it's got all the data, so it shouldn't have to. I don't think it'll make us go through another conversation. I hope not. It may, because if you think about it, it probably does this in sequence, and since it skipped that step, we're going to have to do it again. Look here, they called it handoff prompt. That's thanks to you, reorganize. I should have called it the reorganize prompt. Yeah, that was a darn good idea, reorganize. If you guys got other ideas for this app, bring them. Like I said, soon we'll be eating our own dog food. I'm going to have a button down here in the back end panel that says like dog food. And maybe it'll have a little picture of a dog food bowl. And when you click on it, it'll say like feature request and bug reports. How about that? Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Timmy? That's still cooking. Adding the handoff prompt display to the backend dashboard. Now, I'll tell you what, it'll be really powerful. Take it to the next level, reorganize. We'll add the ability to add an MCP to the back end of our app, and then you just push it to your MCP to your IDE and let it start working the job. But that's a rabbit hole. So we're going to back out of that rabbit hole right now. We'll just capture that, thought for the future. Okay, it says it's done. Well, not really. It's running the check. Okay, let's see here. PM confirmed. Okay. Ah, there it is. Sweet. Yes. Look at this. Here's a complete prompt, a comprehensive prompt. Okay. User needs the ability to automatically generate and export data. Let me zoom in here. Okay. User needs the ability to automatically generate and export data to CSV on a daily basis. Currently, they manually export blah, blah, blah. Motivation, communicate dashboard insights to management, blah, blah, blah. Manually exports data. Okay. And here's the conversation. Sweet. Yes. Look at that. On the fly. No scripts here, guys. No safety net either. Well, we've got security boundaries, so we've got a little bit of a safety net. Man, I'm loving it, guys. You loving this? What a comprehensive feature request now. So much better than it was before. Okay. Crazy. It's got a confirmation for PMs. Like PMs can go in and adjust it before it gets like sent off. Oh, man, I'm loving it. Speechless, guys. Hey, thanks for that feature. Reorganize. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and end it right now. We've had a great time tonight. And man, that feature's done. So let's go ahead and yeah, reorganize prompt done. All right, let's knock these things out here. I love this part of the show. Okay, add a better user interface in a widget. Have the dialogue first. Okay, improve the dev dashboard. Okay, I don't see stats or dialogue from the user ticket. Okay, the stats is like the correlation percentage. Okay, improve the bug reports and feature requests. Start with the dialogue. We didn't test the bug report yet, but I'm confident that that'll work because it uses the same chat interface. But we should probably check that out next time. In fact, let's do this. When we come back tomorrow, we'll do improve. Okay, we'll say test the. Okay, hold on a second. We're done with that one. But what we'll do is we'll put another one in here for tomorrow that says test the bug report flow. Make sure the combo is useful for extracting bug info. Okay. Make a decision about BYOK, bring your own key. Okay. Use resend. Okay, for emails, and then find out where the users hang out and start adding value. Okay, should have been doing that from the start, but I've just been busy. Okay, hey guys, great session. I hope you're getting tremendous value here. I'm gonna try. I'm still trying to come down with the cold here. I'm gonna try to make it tomorrow night. If I don't, you know what happened. Otherwise, then after tomorrow night, I'm be off for the rest of the week because I have family coming in town for Christmas. So we'll pick it up on Saturday. You guys have a blessed Christmas wherever you're at. And until we meet again, be blessed by the best and stay safe out there.